Greetings, everyone. I'm Bryon Smith, and welcome to Enlighten, Empowered, Evolve. I hope everybody's doing well. Wait, I know everybody's doing well. I have faith everybody's doing well and believe that everything is unfolding perfectly. I'm very excited today, as usual, because I have another amazing special guest today, Teri Johnston. And before she lets you know more about herself, I'm going to let you know some about her. So Teri Johnston is a former Secret Service agent. Shh, don't say anything. Former California Department of Corrections correctional officer. Over 20 years in fitness and certified in yoga. TRX and cycling. Hobbies are working out and staying active, hoping to inspire others to do the same. Because once you see results, it becomes an addiction. And I can vouch for that because I've seen this lady and she gets to it. Welcome, Teri. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, Bryon?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful. I'm glad to have you here. So let's just dive right into it. Let's talk a bit more about you and your passion. How'd you come about getting into fitness, and tell us a bit more about what you do.
Okay. Well, first off, I just wanted to correct the Secret Service thing because that's a big, giant. People don't know that the Secret Service has two different departments. That's the Secret Service Special Agents, and then there's the Special Secret Service Uniform Division, and they're one and the same but different. Uniform Division is like it says, uniform. So they have a canine, the emergency response team, they have instructors ranking from officer, sergeant, lieutenant, captain, chief, inspector, all that. Special agents is plain clothes. They're with the PPD, the Presidential Protective Detail, the ones you see running along the cars for the president. They're plain clothes. They deal more with counterfeiting, and they're all over the world. Secret Service Uniform Division is just in Washington, D.C., protecting the embassies, the chancelleries, and the White House and all the buildings surrounding the White House, the Treasury Building, new and old executive office buildings. So they're both different. So I was uniformed division and I was a firearms instructor. I did tours. I did recruiting for them until just a little bit after 9/11, and I quit. I resigned.
Right. And that's still, if I might elaborate on that, no matter what division it is, that's still a great honor for you doing that, and a great honor for me to be speaking with you today, because that's an accomplishment in itself. Not everybody gets that opportunity. So that's amazing. And I'm sure everybody will feel the same way I do, that we appreciate your service, and just, wow, that's a great accomplishment. I have to commend you for that and salute you. Thank you very much. Go ahead. I want to hear some more amazing things about you.
Well, dealing with the Secret Service, I basically followed in my father's footsteps. He retired as a lieutenant after 26 years in the department. And but as far as fitness goes, what got me into it basically was sports when I was a kid. I mean, that's all I did was play sports, volleyball, basketball, softball growing up, and then into high school. And then once I graduated high school, I didn't really do much because, I had to get a job. And I was like, oh, I don't like the way my body's looking. So I joined a gym. And then from 19 on, I was addicted. It was like, let's go to dinner, or let's do this. I was like, nope, I have to go to the gym. And it was an addiction and obsessions, 30 years from
Passion.
Basically this year. I've been lifting weights for 30 years.
Wow.
I was 19. Yeah.
So what are some of your what's a day like in your routine?
Okay, so since I'm unemployed from COVID last year, because I was teaching fitness classes part-time and also teaching CPR, I basically get up and I go for a walk, or I work out, I eat, and I work out. I walk as much as I can. And that's like 10 miles a day, if I can get in 10 miles a day. And that's what I think walking is a really, really good thing for anybody. I encourage anybody, if they can just get out there. They ask me, how do I get in shape? What do I do? What's the magic, magic potion or whatever? I'll tell them, go out and walk an hour a day for a month, and then come back and see me. And then I'll tell you what you can do, because then you're committed and you're kind of, you get that high from that walking, and it doesn't have to be an hour in a row. It can be 6 times 10 minutes. Just get out there and put in that hour a day minimum.
Wow. I think that's absolutely amazing that it shows that you basically give them a test. And that's amazing. That way, it's not like you're wasting your time or their time. And it shows you that they are, like you said, committed. If someone can't commit to, okay, they come talk to you and say, seek your services, your advice, your inspiration, your assistance, and they can't, do something for themselves as little as just walking, then okay, well, you're not really serious.
Yeah.
So that's amazing.
Right.
So,
Yeah, because I did personal training I've been a group exercise instructor for 21 years now, like teaching classes like cycling. When you said TRX, that's TRX.
TRX, sorry about that.
Yeah.
I thought
That's
that
okay.
after I said it, I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
think that's what, yes. I'm glad you corrected that. Thank you. TRX.
Yeah.
Now, what is TRX?
TRX is the suspension training. So it's the black and yellow handles with straps that you can tie to machines, or you can if you buy one for your home, you can tie it to a tree, and you just use your body weight for every part of your body.
Wow.
Abs, legs, arms, chest, back, shoulders, and you just use your body weight. The way you position your feet, and the more body weight you're lifting. So if you want to make it harder, you'd walk your feet towards the underneath the center of where the strap is. If you want to make it easier, you walk further away. For each exercise, there's a different way to make it harder, easier, by adjusting how much of your body weight you're lifting.
Right. Sounds very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, in the older that I'm getting, I'm using more of my body weight, because I got a few tweaks here and there that I have to nurse a little bit, and so I've been doing less weights for myself, and more of my body weight. So that's
great.
amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. But
and then they have those resistance bands too. The real big, thick resistance bands that you see people doing assisted pull-ups with.
Right.
The real long ones.
Right. Yes.
There's all different types of sizes for those, and you could just step on them and do presses over your head, bicep curls, instead of using that dumbbell. You have that resistance, so you get the positive and the negative.
Right. Right. Oh yes. Yeah. The positive, negative, as you in the full range of motion, it's you're receiving that negative. Yeah. That's right.
I have my dad doing that now, and he's 74, and it's funny because he's never really worked out ever. And I bought him an air bike, the air bike that you pedal with your hands and you pedal with your feet at the same time.
Right.
And he'll do 10 miles on that a day. And I gave him a bunch of exercises for the resistance band, so he can get that, like the concentric and then the eccentric, the positive and the negative. And he's been working on an hour and a half a day at 74, and he's never done that before in his life. So
wow, that's great.
It's never too late to start. It's the only wrong way to work out, I say, is basically not working out.
Right. Exactly. Because in my experience, working out is medicine. It's a medicine that you can prescribe for yourself before a doctor has to prescribe you some other medicine, that you don't want. So, right. Either way, if you don't take care of yourself, you're going to either make time for fitness or make time for illness. Which one do you want?
Right.
Yes. So that's amazing. So what are some of the things, the steps, the things that you do when you work with other people? I got a little bit from you that you will tell someone to go walk for a week to see if they're committed. But once you decide to work with somebody, what do you do usually? Is there a certain routine, or it just varies? Or
yeah, it varies for everybody. First I asked them what their goals are. I was like, well, what are your goals? What do you want to see? And of course, it's usually, I want to lose fat, I want to gain muscle. And the thing is with gaining muscle is you have to use resistance training, and you have to eat protein, because protein builds the muscle. People think, they're restricting themselves in calories, when that's not the case. You just have to, calories in equals calories out. It's just simple math. Burn more calories than you're taking in, you're going to lose weight. But if you want to gain muscle, and every pound of muscle burns more calories per day at rest. So, I mean, I've been lifting for 30 years and I know how much muscle I have on me because I get tested. So my body is burning, so many more hundreds of calories a day than somebody that doesn't have that much muscle.
Right.
So I asked the people, first off, how long do you want to work out a day? How many days a week? And then of course their goals. And I'll give them a program, something kind of simple. Like I have an example. I had one of my girlfriends, she just asked me for a program and she's like, I want to build muscle and lose fat. I said, well, you need to lift. And she doesn't lift at all anymore. So I said, I'm going to make you out a simple program 3 days a week for a whole month. Don't do it on consecutive days. Do it like Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm going to give you a whole body. So I'm going to give her a leg exercise. I'm going to give her a chest, a back, a tri, a shoulder, a bicep. And I'm going to tell her to walk every day or do, bicycle, go out for a bike ride, go out for a walk, get on the row machine or something, do something cardio as much as you can. That's unlimited. But as far as the weights, and then I'll adjust her routine every month. Like I might have her do a higher reps, lighter weight one day or 1 month. And then the next month I'll make it heavier weight with less reps. So it just all depends on the person. And like I said, personal training for me is why I kind of get out of it, is because 90% of people probably didn't put in that extra work that they need to get results. I mean, if they saw me 3 times a week for even an hour is not going to do much. It's the extra 23 hours in that day or that day that they don't see me. They still need to do that plus more.
Yes, I can see how, yeah, especially. So is there also a lot of, now you said protein, is there a lot of watching what you eat involved? Like on a typical day, what do you consume? I mean,
well, my diet's pretty boring.
Your shape, what do you do as far as eating?
My diet's pretty boring. I'm a creature of habit. I eat my homemade protein bars that I make every day first thing. So first off, I do an intermittent fast, and I've done the intermittent fasting way before I even knew it was a thing, because people would always say, oh, breakfast is the most important meal, and I said, I'm eating breakfast, but it's on my clock. So my first meal is my breakfast, and that's my homemade protein bar. So that just consists of, I do a vegan plant protein from Sprouts. It's a grocery store. I do coconut flour in it, ground flaxseed, PP2, which is the powdered peanut butter, which takes the fat and the oil out of the peanuts. I do chocolate chips and oats, and I mix it with water and I eat it with Greek yogurt, like non-fat plain Greek yogurt. So right there, that's probably about 600 calories and about 50 grams of protein. So that's my first meal every day. And I usually do the eating window of about noon to 8 p.m.
Oh, so about 2 meals you have every day?
Oh, no. I eat during that whole 8 hours.
Oh, okay.
Like I'll eat, my homemade protein bars, and a couple hours later, I'll probably have like a no-cal bar, which is the protein bar that doesn't have any whey in it, no bull and no cow. I'm reading my box right here that my phone's holding up because it's my no-cal bar. I'm in Vegas right now, so I bring my food when I travel, and I only eat out dinner.
Oh.
So okay. I bring my food and my snacks. So to keep going on what I eat during the day, I kind of just snack after that all day. And then dinner, I'll have, a normal dinner, like a meat, a carb, a vegetable, but nothing boring. Whatever I eat is good. Like I don't eat to eat really healthy and really bland. I eat because I like to eat, and whatever I put in my mouth, it's going to be good. Yes. It's going to be, roasted Brussels sprouts with some rice and like chicken thighs, chicken breast, not too dry, but
no skin.
And then I always have dessert. And usually I eat a lot of, Power Crunch bars. I do the PP2 with it, but I don't neglect myself of anything. I just do everything in moderation and try to follow the 80-20, 80 good, 20 bad.
Wow. That's amazing. And that keeps you motivated as well. And that's amazing. So how can we find you if we want to look you up and seek some advice from you, your services or whatever? How can people find you? First of all, do you do virtual training online? I don't know how that would work, or just in person.
No, I don't do that. When this whole COVID thing started, some of the instructors were venturing off to the Zoom, and this is my first Zoom ever. I just had to download it today for you.
Oh, okay.
So I
Thank you.
don't do the Zoom. I like in person for me, and I've not done that online stuff. I know that's a big market right now, but I'm not. It's funny because I'm more of a follower when things come like that. If someone says, "Hey,
Okay.
do this," I'll be like, "Okay, well, do it for me," and I'll do it. But
we're gonna have to
don't
set
have
you up.
Facebook
I'm gonna have to set
anymore.
you up with something because you can. I mean, I know you have a very pressing schedule, but it's so easy, and you can not to mention make some good passive income from your own passion that will provide services to other people from your own passion.
Oh,
Uh-oh, your phone went out. Uh-oh, I lost her. Yes, let's see. I think she'll come back in a second. I'll pause it. Yes, we had a little bit of technical difficulties there, but that's all part of the process. Everything is great. But what we were talking about, I was asking Teri if she did any online training, and she said not at this time. So with her blessings, I'm going to see if we can get something going for her on that. If she wants my assistance on that, we can get something.
Well, I have somebody that offered me that. We just haven't spoken about it yet.
Okay.
I know.
Okay. Yeah, we want to do. You got to follow your passion. So if people want to even follow you, anything, contact. Do you have any platforms that they could find you or?
Well, I don't have Facebook anymore, just with all the political stuff and COVID stuff. I just got off of that 6 months ago, but I still have my Instagram because it's my photo album, and that's just my name, Teri Love Fitness. Like I love fitness, but it's Teri Love Fitness.
TERI Love Fitness.
Love. Yes.
Fitness. Wow, that's great. So are there any concluding words that you would like to say before we get off of here?
Well, just as far as fitness goes, it's like I said before, it's never too late to start. And 4 components of physical fitness: it's nutrition, so eating, cardiovascular, and that's whatever choice you like. Just the longer the better, and whatever works for you, mix it up. Then the strength training, and then flexibility. So a lot of people neglect that flexibility, and I started teaching yoga about 6 years ago, and I was not a yoga person at all, and I'm still really not a yoga person, but I just believe that everybody needs to stretch, and it's not the whole om thing and really getting down into the spiritual, and but it's just getting out there and stretching and breathing, because breathing, if you can breathe, you can do yoga. Right.
That's amazing. Yeah. So thank you for sharing everything. And I'm glad thank you for taking some time out of your busy schedule. I know this was a last minute, thing, and you still made it work. And I can say nothing but appreciation and for that, and for you sharing your passions with me and with us. Thank you very much. And peace, love, and happiness to everyone. Enlightened, empowered, evolved. See you soon.